Hi, and welcome to Lunch with Lisa. And today we're gonna cook an awesome breakfast recipe from this book, Mastering Diabetes. It's Lunch with Lisa. So recently I ran across some struggles with my health. My hair was starting to fall out, my skin was looking really bad, my gut was acting kind of funny, and I wasn't making any progress with my workouts, with my energy level, or my sleep. And I was really craving fruit, like crazy craving fruit. And I started rolling across all these fruit items on Instagram. It's like the algorithm can kind of read your mind, you know? I stumbled upon this one account who had gorgeous photographs and videos of all her fruit that she eats. And I was really curious. I did a little digging and came across that she had posted something about mastering diabetes. I stalked their Instagram for a while and decided to go ahead and buy the book and read the whole thing. I was just really interested in the way that they're eating and how do you maintain your weight loss eating like that? Because I thought it was only through like low carb, high protein, high fat, or mid to high fat. I wasn't sure because as I was adding carbs back to my diet, I started gaining weight more than I wanted to. So you can't really outrun a bad diet. So I had to figure out what it was. And I love this book because it kind of puts it all into terms I could understand about what your body's doing when it's processing fat and protein from animals along with carbs and sugar at the same time. So I really enjoyed reading about it in this book and I learned a whole lot about the process. I'm not an expert though, so if you want to know more about this, you can find this book in my Amazon store. Link is down below. I like it. I definitely think this could be a solution for diabetics out there that maybe you're not aware of. You don't have to do high fat, high protein. You could try this method, but I don't know. I don't know what's best for you, and so you'd have to really talk to your doctor and figure it out for yourself, but this is another option. So after about a week of adding more fruit to my diet, I noticed my skin kind of getting brighter. I have this eyelid rash that usually gets real inflamed every morning when I go put my makeup on, and I've noticed it's like barely even there. It's going away, and my energy level has been sky high lately, and my sleep has gotten a little better. I feel like this transition, at least it's giving my body a break from processing meat and fat for a while, and I'm getting to enjoy so much fruit. Definitely research this on your own to figure out if this could be something for you, and I wanted to share one of their recipes. This was a really good recipe I made the other morning. It's one of their favorites too, I'm guessing, because it's named after one of the authors, CYRUS. It's called CYRUS'S Quinoa Special. This is one serving. All of this food you get to eat. It's 555 calories per serving. Get 9.6 grams of fat, 17 grams of protein, 107 grams of total carbs, and then 23 grams of fiber, which is so great. If you take away the 23 grams of fiber from the carbs, you'll get your net carbs, which is around 80 something. What I learned is the more sensitive your body is to insulin, the more of this kind of food you can eat. And it doesn't add weight, and you still get enough protein and enough fat. And yeah, so I've been feeling really good on this diet, and I wanted to share this recipe with you. For this recipe, you're going to need some quinoa, 1 medium apple, blackberries, strawberries, flaxseed, and ground cinnamon, or you could have cardamom. So the first thing you want to do is cook your ½ cup of dried quinoa. You can do that overnight or the night before. I did this previously by putting my ½ cup of quinoa with 1 cup of water, letting it boil until there was no more water left, and then I put the lid on and let it sit for 10 minutes. So the first thing I'm going to do is just stick my quinoa into a big bowl. Got such a nutty smell. I love quinoa. And just spread your quinoa out to a nice little bed for your fruit. So the quinoa is gonna be like the base for this dish. This is gonna help you feel full longer from just eating fruit. And so I'm gonna set this aside. I'm going to cut and core and dice my apple. It's a quick way to cut out the core. Then I'm just going to quarter my strawberries. And then I'm gonna make sure that I have 1 cup of strawberries. If your strawberries are too big, you can cut them a little bit smaller as well. Like, I might cut these just a little bit more. And then on top of my quinoa, I can start placing this down. I like to make it look kind of pretty because, you know, you eat with your eyeballs. I know I do. I like it to look nice before I dig in. I'm gonna stick these on this side. Look at that. I'm so excited to dig into fruit. And then I'm not gonna do anything to the blackberries. They're already little. I'm gonna shove as many as I can into this cup. Okay, stick that right here. Ooh, look how pretty. When you don't eat any meat or fish or anything like that, you do need to add omega-3s to your diet to make sure you're getting enough of those. So flax seeds come in the mix. And you don't wanna buy flaxseed meal because it's already been ground up and the nutrients start to kind of go away. It starts to get bad. So if you just buy the seeds, you can grind it up as you need it. So I'm just gonna use my handy spice grinder, which you can find in my Amazon store down below. This is really handy. So every morning, I now grind my flax seeds in here. So just a tablespoon. Few pulses just to get it ground up a little bit to release all those nutrients. And there you have some flax seed meal. And then I can just sprinkle this all over, or I can just kind of sprinkle it, make it look pretty. I'm gonna try to make it look pretty. All right, and the last thing is just sprinkling on some cinnamon or cardamom or whatever kind of spice you want, but cinnamon is really good, especially on those apples. So it's just a taste, however much you want. And then of course, you're going to need a fork to dig in. Oh my goodness. Look at that quinoa. Oh yeah, with the burst of delicious fruity goodness. The more I cut out all the refined sugars from my diet, the sweeter the fruit tastes. It's crazy. And the more I cut out all the artificial sweeteners. Those artificial sweeteners are too sweet. They're way too sweet. But the fruit, oh my goodness. And sugar from fruit is not the same as sugar. And this is revolutionary for me. Knowing that I can eat this whole meal and be satisfied. Oh my goodness. And this is so good. Give this recipe a shot, see if you love it. If you like what you see and you wanna help support me, there's 3 ways you can do it. You can visit my Amazon store by following the link down below and go shopping. Or you could buy me a coffee at coffee.com/lunchwithlisa. Or you could visit my Patreon and become a patron, like all these lovely people. Thank you. Patreon.com/lunchwithlisa. And it's always free to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye, you guys. See you on the flip side. It's Lunch with Lisa. 1, 2, 3. That was a good clap.